Hey, good evening. Happy Friday. Hope everybody had a wonderful work week, even though it's a compressed work week. They're almost, in my opinion, in my experience, more dangerous and certainly more hectic than a 5-day work week because it feels like 7 days compressed into 3. I just wanted to follow up again on goals and goal setting. And the reason why I think it's important, I mean, it's a poignant time to talk about it because this is that time of year, this is that month of the year, the week of the year where we're kind of looking forward to what we're going to be doing for the next 4 quarters in our lives and the next 12 months, however you want to break it down. But the fact of the matter is, you're going to regret not trying and not excelling. There's a very famous quote about goals and goal setting, and it's, what would you attempt to do if you knew you could not fail? And the author of that quote, name escapes me at the moment. It might be Nietzsche, but that's irrelevant. The point of it is that if you knew that the sky was not the limit, what would you attempt? Well, probably anything you've ever dreamed of doing. And that's really the attitude you've got to try to work on, develop, cultivate every day. Set those little achievements, set those milestones, set those mile markers ahead of you in your past, so that way you're hitting those marathon mile markers in 6 months, 12 months, 14 months, whatever it may be, whatever that goal is. Get up, get after it, go achieve it. And you're not going to do that without setting those little stepping stones along the way. And just like anything else in life, you got to walk. You got to crawl before you walk before you run. And you start setting those finite goals. What is your overall goal? Obviously to win. But what does that mean? Define win. And it's like anything else, you're going to have different ideas, different ways. So, how is goals and goal setting important in a litigation scenario? I mean, how is it relevant? And, what does it have to do with what happened in the practice today? Well, I'll explain that briefly. In any time that your life, liberty, or property is at risk, is involved in a lawsuit, it's at risk, right? Life, liberty, family, property. That's what's at risk in lawsuits, right? And in that scenario, you've got to have one big goal, which obviously is to win, to prevail, to have your request for relief granted. And then how do you accomplish that? Well, you accomplish that with a bunch of smaller goals, taking positions, following your attorney's advice, not self-destructing, don't do things that are detrimental to your own case, continuing to persevere, work with your team, and stay on target. Whether that be to make sure, look, if you've got a bond condition that says don't, chew juicy fruit bubble gum, well, by God, don't chew juicy fruit bubble gum. And, I hope you never have that kind of situation, but those are the things. Don't self-destruct, don't take 2 steps forward and 1 step back by not staying focused on the overall goal, which is to win, to get the relief you're requesting from the court, and then 2, get a reasonable result, or diminish your ability to get a reasonable result by inaction or self-destructive actions. So that's how goals keep you on track, and that's why it's relevant to what happened in the practice today. Anyway, happy Friday. Have a great weekend.